guys, welcome to part 2. So in the previous part, I talked to you guys a little bit about how to get to the point where you're actually going to be cleaning your counters and vacuuming and dusting, and here we are. So today we are going to be discussing a little bit more on that, and then also on a second set of schedules. The first one would be if you are at home, and basically you can designate one day for the week for you to take care of the kitchen. And today we are going to talk about those individuals who have very long hours, and what I have essentially come up with when it comes to the schedule for you guys is to set one of your days off. If you have 2 days off, we're going to break our entire house in 2 parts, and one of the parts would be for the kitchen. Now, when it comes to cleaning your kitchen, it's important that you start with the counters always. I did show you guys a little bit there. I started with my island. It's important to also use the right cleaners. I have been using the Spray Away surface cleaner. It's a multi-surface cleaner, but it's also polish. If you are the type of person that really wants your surfaces to shine and look very clean, this is the product for you guys. Of course, I also love the way it cleans my stainless steel products because, quite frankly, they are so difficult to keep shiny and clean, especially if you have children, because you see all the little fingerprints. And so I really appreciate this one from Spray Away. It smells amazing, and it also does a really good job with polishing. It's very important to make sure that you're using the proper cleaners on your appliances, especially if you have something like my ovens that you can see right there. It's a combination of glass and stainless steel. Make sure that you're using the proper cleaners for that. I do like to use a Spray Away glass cleaner for them instead of the stainless steel, and then I go in with the stainless steel microfiber and give that a polish afterwards. Now, again, as I mentioned to you guys in the past, it's really smart to work from one direction to the other, left to right, right to left. Stick to it, especially if you have ADHD. It keeps you focused, it keeps you going, and it doesn't let you steer away from the task. So I do like to use, as I mentioned to you guys, also a small vacuum because I don't like the crumbs landing on the ground and then stepping on them. I did link everything for you guys down in the description section, from the cleaners to the vacuums and also the schedules that I have been recommended to you guys to use, my free templates, and my ebook as well will be linked at the bottom. Now let's talk a little bit about a good schedule for those of you that have to leave the house and you have very minimum time to clean. I like to always suggest setting at least 30 to 40 minutes when you are out of the house. And I like to do that on the day off, right? It's usually, I know, the most packed and the most busy for you, but setting 30 to 40 minutes for your house is going to help you so much. I don't want you to deep clean. I don't want you to declutter. I don't want you to be so worried about getting some of these weird spots. I want you to focus on the areas that need the most help. And that's going to be your bathrooms, your bedrooms, your kitchen, and kind of like your entryway where everything gets touched, dumped, or might need some picking up. We are going to split your cleaning in 2 days if that's what you're working with. If you're working with less, we will have to split it between first thing in the morning and later in the afternoon. Let's focus on 2 days though. On the first day, I would suggest you focus on your kitchen and your bathrooms. Why? Because it's the area that is going to give you the most stress, and quite frankly, if you tackle that first, everything else will feel like it's a lot easier to do. Now, the second part of your cleaning is going to be focused on bedroom and laundry day. So that in itself should help you a little bit more, making sure that you can manage that. I want you to focus on 3 things. The first thing is going to be collecting trash and making sure that there's no trash piling up anywhere. Not the bathroom, not the kitchen, not your bedroom, or anywhere else where you may have trash. The second thing I want you to focus on is dishes. I want you to make sure that you are cleaning your dishes, your pots and pans, and they're not sitting in the sink where smells can develop and they can create even more anxiety because the pileup of the dishes is becoming too unbearable. Thirdly, I want to make sure that you are tackling your clothes and you're putting it away completely. It's important that we do not let it sit, whether it be in the washer, dryer, or just in a piece of furniture, because that also piles up. And those tend to be the 3 most stressful aspects of our cleaning when we work from home or when we work outside of the house. Now, it's also important to acknowledge that while we are doing this, during our times of getting home from work, we should designate at least 15 to 20 minutes to give things a quick wipe down, getting the trash out, and making sure we prep for the next day. I know all of this is probably a little too daunting, but I promise you, if you separate your task into smaller 15 to 20-minute intervals, if you use a schedule where you split your home in half and you decide you're going to tackle only one area at a time, whether it be for 15 or 20 minutes, it is deeply going to impact the way that you actually feel and how long it stays clean. Now, I know it's really hard when we have kids or we have other family members that are also part of what is going on in our house. I have two little ones, and I will have to be frank with you. There are times where I find myself cleaning more often than not, but if I remind myself that by doing a quick 10-minute pickup, I will not feel as stressed the next day, or by making sure that my dishes are put away and washed first thing in the morning, I will not have to take care of that, and I will have the free time really to sit down and have a proper breakfast, then that is so much more worth it than having to feel like, ugh, I don't want to do it now. Why should I do it? It's not necessary. If you are interested in those schedules, I will have those linked down below for you guys. I will have one specifically for nurses because that has been requested, and I hope you guys enjoy these series where I talk a little bit more on how we can use schedules to manage our home while dealing with ADHD, anxiety, or depression.